the biggest lesson I've learned in the last few years is just how important a team is. And that's like such a cliche thing that everyone says. And for years I heard people say, and I didn't get it until I brought Ryan Murdoch into my life. So Ryan Murdoch is you guys have met Ryan before. He lived in Bangor, Maine. Ryan brought me a mobile home park. Back when I was interested in it, because I had a very crystal clear criteria. I had my I didn't have location, but I had I wanted a property type. I wanted something that I could infill. I could add more units to. I had a price range. I had what makes a good deal for a mobile home park. So I had my criteria, and I had my sub criteria. I knew I wanted 50 units. I knew I wanted city sewer and water at the time. Anyway, so I made that clear. Ryan then was able to find a deal for me. He brought me a deal in his hometown. I said, I'm not doing that deal unless you partner with me. So I brought in Ryan, and from that point on, now we have 6 or 7 people on staff total, or, between partners and actual paid employees, we have 6 or 7 people now. And it's amazing to watch what happens when people are doing that role that they were born to do. Like Mike Williams, my guy Mike, he's my investor relations guy. He's the most personable person you'll ever meet. Everybody loves Mike the minute they talk to him, and they trust him and they like him. They want to give him a hug. Everybody does. You guys would love him. He's so good at investor relations that it's it makes me sad that I'm not that way, right? Because he just loves it. And so you get people on the bus and in the right seats, to use a Jim Collins analogy. It's amazing to see what happens. But here's a tip, and it's a super long answer. Here's a tip. You never know what somebody's going to be like until you work with them. Resumes are lies, recommendations, referrals, all those things are they're not useless, but they don't tell what somebody's actually going to do unless you work with them. So what I've learned is find ways to work with people before you fully bring them into your life, whether that's internships, whether that's JV on a particular deal. What? You got to date. Yeah. And I've made so many mistakes in my life. One time I started a contracting company with my buddy, and I love my buddy. He's amazing. But I discovered the first day that this was a terrible idea. And I shut the business down a month later. Because I didn't want to fire him. So I just flat out shut the entire business down. This is 10 years ago. Because you never know how someone's going to be until you work with them. So don't get married on the first night, but find ways to date a little bit to get that feeling. And Ryan proved himself several times, and now Ryan runs my mobile home park empire. So a couple things I've done. This goes back to the brand. What has BiggerPockets done for me? And it's not just BP. Anybody can do this. Is build some kind of social media following our brand. Is we offered basically an internship, for lack of a better word, where we said, hey, if you help us underwrite deals, we'll give you a piece of the deal. We'll give you part of it. And there's a lot of people out there who have no money whatsoever, but are so good with a spreadsheet that they would love to do that. So I had 700 people apply for this underwriter, get a piece of the deal position. 700 people back in the day apply for that, which was crazy. And we found this one guy. And anyway, Walker's now part of our full-time team, makes a good salary, gets a piece of every single deal we do, because he proved himself. Out of 700 people, he rose to the top. But we actually hired 12 people. Well, we had 12 people in the groups, and Walker just stood out. In fact, Mike Williams, my investor relations guy, came from another group we had of people, which were basically cold callers or salespeople. Mike stood out as a leader among them. Now those 2 guys are running my team. So group stuff is a great idea. And then you just got to meet a lot of people. So start going to events, go to your guys' events, go to the BiggerPockets stuff, go to local real estate meetups, meet lots and lots and lots of people, and then find little ways to work with them. And that's how you can date.